Hello, thank you for taking a few moments in the Word with me today. I'd like to pick up where we left off on Monday. We were talking about how our authority will only be effective if it's flowing from the love of God, because authority comes from God, and God is love. And here's something that I want us to be careful about, and that's getting fixated on particular sins. In today's political climate, where everybody's got their agenda that they're pushing on both sides of the table, there's a lot of focus on certain religions with their idolatry, certain sins, so on and so forth. And yes, we do need to vote right. Yes, we want to protect our children in the schools from the wrong things being taught to them. And we'll throw this phrase around. Well, I love the sinner, but I hate the sin. That's great. I hate sin too. I hate what sin does to people. And but I find that if we get fixated on particular sin, then it becomes the filter to how we approach someone else. We want to be in the position that the unfiltered love of God can flow through us to those that God brings across our path, no matter their culture, no matter what their religious belief is, no matter what their sexual orientation is, no matter whether they're a drug addict or not. You know, let's use the drug addict as an example. We can have someone in mind and think, they've been given every opportunity to turn their life around, and they've not turned their life around. And get annoyed with them and I'm not going to do one more thing for them. They're just going to have to hit rock bottom. And what we're doing is we're filtering our response towards them by the sin that they're caught up in. And we don't want to do that. We want the unfiltered love of God flowing through us to whoever God brings across our path. If I'm correct, John 3:16 says, "For God so loved the world." No, I'm sorry. That's not the one I wanted. That's a good one though, isn't it? 1 Corinthians 5:21 says that he who knew no sin became sin, singular, so that we would be made the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus. So when I read that verse, I see then that Jesus did not differentiate in sin and break it down in categories. He put it all under one name, sin, singular, and he became it. And boy, I'm glad he did, because I sinned very well, and I'm thankful that he became my sin and washed my sin away. But where I went earlier, John 3:16, "For God so loved the world." He loves them. No matter what their sin is, he loves them, and he sent his only begotten Son. So let's make sure that we are not putting wrong filters in place because of a fixation that we have on certain sins. I love you. I look forward to being with you again on Friday.